Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another tutorial. My name is Caroline and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut a high-low top. As you can see on your screen, there are different ways to cut a high-low top or dress, but in this one I'm going to be showing you another way that you might not have seen before. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and give me a big thumbs up at the end of this tutorial. We have a lot to share on this channel, so for you to find out, you need to subscribe. So guys, these are the material I'm going to be using. An Ankara fabric is 3 yards in all. I'm going to be using an interfacing. I'm going to be using this elastic and the button for the back neckline. My rulers, my scissors, my chalk, and my pins. Those are what we're going to be using. So guys, I'm going to cut out the back first on the bias. As soon as I cut it, I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to fold it. We are not going to cut on a full bias. We're going to be cut on a diagonal, a partial bias. So I'm going to show you that. Then we're going to cut the front on a straight. So we're going to place it together and cut. So I will show you guys. So if it's something you're interested in, guys, let's get started. So guys, I've cut out from the main fabric. For the back, I cut out 59 inches because I'm going to fold on a diagonal, and the total width is the O of the Ankara, which is by 45. So I folded it into 2, as you can see. Then for the front, I cut out, just like I said, the front is going to be cut on a straight, so it is 23 inches. Then I cut the bust. I added 2 inches ease allowance to it. By the measurements are on your screen, as you can see. The bust of the person is 39 plus 2 inches divided by 4 plus the sewing allowance. Then I added 5 inches for the extension. So guys, I folded on diagonal, as you can see. Then I marked the guideline 1.5 inches. It's always for the back, it's always longer at the shoulder line. So I'm going to place the front now. That is cut on 23 inches by length. Then I added some allowances to it, so I'm placing it now, as you can see. So this is the 1.5 inches that is longer, and it's straight here, so you can see the extra that is on bias for the front. So the next thing now is for us to mark our measurements. So the first thing I need to do that I'm going to mark is my shoulder. I'm going to mark my shoulder. The shoulder, like I said, the measurements are on your screen. The shoulder is 16 divided into 2 plus ½ inch, that is 8.5. My armhole depth is 9 inches, marking 9 inches for the bust depth. So 9 inches. So that's what I'm going to connect now. So at the connect this line to here, which is 8.5. We'll connect it down. So now I'm going to the front for the style, the inspirational style for my clients. The front is shorter, but she wanted it a little bit longer so that it can cover up her stomach line. So that's why you're seeing it long. If not, you can use as required from the diagram. You can make yours shorter as you want, but I'm going to show you the direction now, how to do it. Now, our bust is 39 plus 2 inches is allowance divided by 4 is 10.25. Okay, plus I just added 3/4 inch sewing allowance because it's a free dress, so you don't need much allowance. You can always adjust. So now the neckline I'm using is 5 inches. By 3.5. It's like a cano neckline. So I'm going to connect it this way. Okay. Then from this point, I'm going to raise it up by 1.5 for the back. So I'm going to connect to the front line, as you can see. Then from the front, I'm going to bring it down by 1.5 inch. Then I'm connecting to the neckline. So as you can see, guys, so now I'm going to connect the armhole line. I'm going to place it this way and connect my armhole line. Okay, so for the back, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to leave the back like that. Okay, so this is for the front, this is for the back. Then I'm going to connect to the length of the dress. From this point, I'm going to connect to the width of that point. As you can see, now for this front, now I'm going to move up by 2 inches to create the shape. Then I'm going to use my ruler to curl, to connect the line. So we have seen the front now. So we're going to finish with the down of the top. From this center point for the back, I'm going to connect on a straight, like 10 inches in. 10 inches to 12 inches in. Guys, I'm so sorry the recording stopped along the way, which I never noticed. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a recap of what I did. The length was 51 inches that I cut, and it was folded diagonal, and the front was cut on a straight. As you can see the difference between the back and the front, that is the bias cut for the back, and the front was straight. The length of the front was 23 inches. So when I cut it, I curved it this way, removing 2 inches from the center of the front. Then the armhole depth is 9 inches. I sloped the shoulder slope by 1.5 inches, and the back, as usual, is 1.5 inches longer than the front. Then the neckline was 5 inches width, which is called a cano neckline. Then for the downside of the dress, I marked 10 inches first, but I had to change it because I needed it to be straight and a little bit curvy. So I measured 17 inches, then I curved it a little bit before taking it straight. So basically that is what I did for the front and for the back. Then the next thing I did was to cut the facing. The facing was for the front was 3 inches by 3 inches, which is this, 3 inches by 3 inches, placing the front on the leftover fabric, and I cut 3 inches by 3 inches, and I curved it and I cut it out, and I added the interfacing. Then for the back, what I did was to cut the same 3 inches at the shoulder line, there's 6 inches at the center back. So that's basically what I have done so far. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut the sleeve. Then we'll start the process of sewing our dress. So guys, this is the sleeve. I'm going to cut them together. I cut 2 of it. So the total length is 13 inches. So I'm going to mark the cap height now, and we will shape mark our bicep, and I will shape the armhole. So the cap height I'm using for this particular dress is 5.5 inches. So 5.5. I'm cutting the 2 together using my freehand cutting method. Okay, so I'm going to connect. Okay, then the bicep is 15 inches plus half an inch. I'm going to mark 8 inches. Then I'm going to add 3/4 of an inch as the sewing allowance. Then I'm going to connect from the basic bicep length to the center of the sleeve, as you can see. So now I'm going to curve it. This is for the back. Then for the front, I'm going to divide in between it, and I'm going to reshape it. Okay, so that is it. Then from the total of this length, I'm going to reduce 1 inch for the elbow length. This is 9 inches. I'm going to remove 1 inch, so I'm going to make it 8 inches. So I marked and then I connect. Okay, so the next thing now is to cut out. Okay, so our sleeve is ready. So the next thing we're going to do now is to interlock our front and our back. But if you don't have interlocking machine, you can as well hem your dress, folding it twice like this. As you can see I am doing. Then you sew it. You do the same to the back. Then we join our side, sew the side, then sew the shoulder at the same time, then do the same to our facing. Then you use it to turn the neckline. So I'm through with the neckline. It's for us now to fix the sleeve, and we will be through with our tutorial. So guys, we are done. I fixed the sleeve and everything is finished. For this, you can extend it more to make it a dress. It can be in a dress, it can be in a top. So for now, we are through, and I want to appreciate you guys for staying to the end. For my 300 plus subscribers, I appreciate you guys. And if you have not subscribed and you are watching, please do subscribe and share, guys, because I know this will benefit beginners, even intermediate out there. I know it will benefit them. So I love you guys. Thank you for sticking by. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now.